Well, Valdo Kalakane was sentenced to an indefinite hospital order for fatally stabbing Ian Coates, Barnaby Webber and Grace O'Malley Kumar in June of last year in Nottingham. Victoria Prentice, the Attorney-General, said in a statement, Kalakane's crimes were horrific and shocked the nation. Having received detailed legal advice and considered the issues raised, I've concluded the sentence imposed against him for the offences of manslaughter by reason of diminished responsibility and attempted murder were unduly lenient and will be referred to the Court of Appeal. My thoughts remain with all Kalakane's victims as well as their families and friends who've shown immeasurable strength during this devastating time. Well, my colleague Sarah Jamie spoke to Emma Webber following that announcement.
We're glad that this decision has been made, but I think it's the beginning of quite a long process for us because obviously there's other investigations going on. But yes, if I'm completely honest, we didn't expect to hear that. I think I was feeling so dejected and let down by the justice system in this country, particularly with our case, that I wasn't expecting that news and to hear it. I burst into tears, which is why I'm probably still looking a bit red-eyed now. But yeah, it was a good meeting.
Well, our correspondent Becky Cottrell reports now from Nottingham.
It's interesting, and actually the families were not sure that this decision was going to go this way. They are very happy that it has. So just to sort of summarise what happened with Kalakane's sentence, he was given basically an indefinite order to be placed in a high-security psychiatric facility. The families weren't happy about that. They wanted him to be given a life sentence that would centre around him being in a prison facility, but kind of with the option for the judge to recommend he go to a hospital facility because of his severe psychiatric issues. He's suffering from paranoid schizophrenia. Now, in reality, the judge said it was likely that Kalakane, with this hospital order, would be in a psychiatric facility for the rest of his life. But the family's fear was that he could get better and be released and be a danger to the public. And that is why they wanted this provision that if he came out of hospital, he would be sent to prison. And that is what the Attorney General and the Solicitor General have recommended the Court of Appeal look into. So today's announcement, it's not saying that Kalakane's sentence will be overturned, but it will now go to the Court of Appeal for them to decide if the sentence was unduly lenient. And the families of those three people that were killed, Grace O'Malley Kumar, Barnaby Webber and Ian Coates, they released a statement saying that they were very glad to hear that the Attorney General has agreed with them. They said that Kalakane so viciously and calculatedly killed our loved ones. They said they are optimistic that when this reaches the Royal Courts of Justice for its appeal, there will be an outcome that provides some of the appropriate justice that we have been calling for. They go on to say it is important to remember that this is just one part of the tragic failures in this case. The investigation into the Mental Health Trust, the CPS and the Nottinghamshire and Leicestershire Police still continue. We maintain that there are serious failures in all three agencies that must be fully addressed. Organisational and individual accountability must be taken and, where relevant, proper changes made. So the family touched on those reviews that are ongoing in their statement. Multiple reviews looking into, as Emma Webber said, the police, who were obviously investigating Valdo Kalakane, and we know now that there was actually an outstanding arrest warrant for Kalakane related to an assault, a previous assault on a police officer at the time that he killed three people. So that is something that will be looked at, whether the police could have done more, as they've admitted, to catch Kalakane and stop him from carrying out these attacks. The Crown Prosecution Service, they are also being looked at because ultimately they decided not to push for a murder trial but to accept manslaughter pleas from Kalakane on the basis of diminished responsibility. Essentially, he was saying it was my paranoid schizophrenia that made me do this. The family's very unhappy about that. And the mental health services. Kalakane was in and out of psychiatric facilities in the years before these attacks. He'd stopped taking his medication, and even when he was discharged from hospital, he wasn't complying with the community services that were seeing to him. He was very resistant to treatment. So all of those reviews going on, and the families have said really they would like this to be looked at in one overarching public inquiry. They went to meet the Prime Minister at number 10, and he said it's something that he is still considering.